Go, and Lincoln now only leads by 3. Here come the Blue Tigers going the other way. Nishan Rigmaiden now gives far side for Burton. Burton looking for a screen from Smith. Top of the key for Olsen. Olsen right side wing. Nishan open 3. Rebound grabbed down by Northeastern. It's going to be Aaron Gibbons on the pull down for the rebound. The other grade, Northeastern goes. Top of the key, George looking for a screen. Gets around and blocked from behind by Terrence Smith. My goodness, Terrence came in flying like a hawk and denied anything that Northeastern was going to put up. Here comes John Burton checking in for Lincoln. Nishan's going to check on out. Leading all scorers so far is Grant Olsen now with 5. Olsen, top of the key. 3 open, and it rattles on home for Bradley George. Or check that, Trent Cantrell. 9-9 tied up here at the 15:40 mark of the first. Ivory, top of the key. Gets a screen from Terrence Smith. Far side, John Burton. Back to Smith. Backing down his defender. Now front faces Gibbons. Backs him down a couple of steps inside of the painted area. Turns. Pump fake. Gets underneath him and gets the 2 to go. Lincoln leading 11-9 after the 2 from Terrence Smith. Northeastern trying to figure it out on the other end. Bradley George at the top of the key. George, right side wing for Broderick. Back to the top of the key, now back inside. Corner 3, wide open for Moose. Rims out. Rebound pulled down by Northeastern. They'll have another shot at it. Here's an open 3. Rims out. Terrence Smith trying to fight for the rebound, and he gets it before it goes out of bounds. As we are nearing the under 16 media timeout. Terrence Smith takes it to the right side, bounces it off his leg, and it goes out of bounds. Timeout called on the floor. First media timeout of this contest. 11 back to Jason Gymnasium. James Stanley with you here on the MIAA Network. Special thanks to Cam Thomas for filling in for the first 5 minutes of the game, but we'll get you back to the action now. 11-9. Northeastern State has the basketball working right to left. It's a dribble drive over the middle, then back up top of the key. The pass from Smith to Mouse. Mouse guarded hard by John Burton with 14 seconds on the shot clock. It's Smith on the left wing. And Terrence Smith being shedded by the pick, but a foul called away from the basketball on Northeastern. That'll give it right back to Lincoln. By the way, Cam, very much appreciate that when we got everything straightened out upstairs. Well, for the most part, this game has been back and forth in the early going. We've seen John Burton come in for Lincoln. He's provided a little bit off the bench, but Grant Olsen has had the 3 working as well tonight. He's got a couple of 3s on his credit as well. So Lincoln doing a good job of trying to pound in the interior, but also using the pick and roll game early on.
Smith backs up down low. Can't get a shot to go. Rebounded by the Riverhawks. Here they move right to left. Far side, it's George. He drives left side of the lane, kicks it back out. Here's a 3 look for Cantrell. No, he goes down to the corner, and it's sunk by Caleb Smith. Smith, the Texas A&M transfer, puts Northeastern State up 12-11 with his 6th point with 11:40 to go until half. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, it's Janelle Burton making his 17th start of the season. He is fouled by Bradley George. And the ball will be placed out of bounds. That's the 2nd foul on NSU in this one so far. 12-11, 13:36 until half. Substitution comes in. It's Gordon Hill for Bradley George. Think that Mark Downey wants to talk things over with him. At the baseline, keyed in. Janelle Burton to Nishan Rignatum, then down low to Grant Olsen. He's fouled on his way to the bank, and he will go to the free throw line.
Good to see Grant Olsen get off to an early start because although we didn't get a chance to really preview this contest, one thing that Lincoln's going to have trouble with is matchups on the interior. And if you get Grant Olsen going early, he's going to be able to slip off a lot of screens, get people to bite a little early. But then also, he's been able to develop this outside shot for the last couple of years. He's really been working on it, and it helps when you can get the easy buckets to go first, and then you get the long ones to go down. So Lincoln's going to have to battle with a lot of interior strength that Northeastern has. We'll see how that develops throughout this contest.
13-12 on both free throws by Grant Olsen. Lincoln retakes the lead. Smith However, not called for the foul. We're going to get one on Josh Ihek. That'll be his first. And the fourth foul overall on Northeastern State. Lincoln will take back over, still leading by one. Janelle Burton crosses the timeline, near side of the floor, and shakes and bakes up toward the top of the key. Skip pass left wing, a wide open look for Janelle Burton. Pops and stops. So he drove inside to the lane, but there's a foul on the floor. This might be the fifth one already on the Riverhawks camp.
Yeah, it's been a ticky-tack day so far for Northeastern. They haven't been able to keep their hands to themselves.
Oh, open look from the corner. Rigmaiden from downtown. Too short. Skips off the iron. Rebounded by Smith. He'll bring it up the floor right to left. Smith round the world pass from Hill. And back to Mouse on the left wing. Mouse drives inside. Tries to pivot off the left block. Here's the shot up and sinks it.
That's one thing we've seen early from Mouse is that he can find any spot on the floor, and when he gets there, he's going to find a way to try to find it to get through the nylon. So he's going to be a guy that you got to check as well. These guards have to play well for Lincoln.
14-13, Northeastern State back on top of the lead. A shot missed from the left side as Rigmaiden on the miss. And Northeastern State will have a chance to attack on the lead. It's Caleb Smith, top of the key, surveys his options, guarded by John Burton. Now pass off to the right side. It's Cantrell. Cantrell back to Hill, top of the key. 13 seconds on the shot clock. A contested three thrown up, and Smith knocks it down. Smith puts the lead by 4. It's 17-13, his ninth point of the game with 12:03 to go until half. Here's Olsen on the left wing. Pass up top of the key. It's Janelle Burton. Back over to the left wing to Nashawn Rigmaiden. John Burton tries a three and gets the follow through. A lot of spin on that one. Hit off the back of the iron. Back up into the air for a couple of seconds. Then back through for three. And Lincoln pulls back within 1, 17-16 MSU. Pass inside just off the left block. Missed for Ihek, and he's fouled, so.
Yeah, Lekelian got ticked right there for the reach in, and just let the basketball come into you. Allow it to get to the other player before you start reaching, especially when a lot of times you know a interior player is going to front face you, so you're going to have an opportunity to reach, but he reached too early.
Pass inbounded to Cantrell, then up top of the key. Mouse from downtown. Mouse rims in, rims out. Rebounded by Terrence Smith. The ball's going left to right. For Lincoln in the home grays with white lettering, or white numbering, navy blue lettering, and mostly with white sneakers. Smith driving downtown and is fouled. That'll go as the first foul, or give that the second on Gordon Hill. Hill, a guy coming off the bench averaging 12 minutes per game from Denton, Texas. I believe that was the home of James Franklin, former Missouri Tiger quarterback standout. First free throw from Smith misses, and 83% foul shooter so far 0 for 1 at the stripe. 17-16, Northeastern State leads. 11-17 until half. Another substitution, Janelle Burton checks in for LaKeelan Taylor. It's Terrence Smith, Janelle Burton, as well as Rigmaiden, John Burton, and not to forget Tez Ivory out on the floor right now for the Blue Tigers. Second free throw is good, 3 points for Smith, and we're knotted back up at 17, 11-10 until halftime. Weave out on the perimeter, it's Smith, pass down to the right corner. Whoa, what a find down low for Ihek. Got the pass from Cantrell and took that one for two. 19-17 NSU. Rigmaiden nearly threw that one out of the bounds and pulled back in by John Burton on the left wing. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Kicked back out to the right wing. It's Rigmaiden directing traffic with the right hand, holding the ball with the left. 10 seconds. Down to 7. Rigmaiden shakes and bakes, has the ball stripped away by Ihek. It's his first steal of the night. And here come the Riverhawks the other way. Mouse dribble drives, kicks it back out top of the key to Cantrell. Cantrell left wing pass to Caleb Smith, and a foul stops the play dead. That'll be a personal foul called against John Burton, his first. And already 3 fouls now on Lincoln in the first half with 10:22 to play. It's Northeastern by 2, 19-17. Smith triggers the ball in, and a couple of passes back. He gets it on the right wing, pulls up a three and cans it.
He's hot. He's hot. He's got 4 threes in the first half of the first half.
22-17, largest lead for Northeastern State of the night by 5. Smith, left wing, passes up top of the key. Janelle Burton holds the ball above his head and has to give it off somewhere. Can't hold the ball for too long. Now drives into the trees and has his shot rejected by the bottom of the rim, but not before he was fouled. Should say the bottom of the backboard. He is fouled, and when we come back from break, I believe we will have free throws as Lincoln is now in. Nine minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half of play. Northeastern State leading Lincoln 22-17. Like to welcome you back to a jam-packed Jason Gymnasium. James Stanley alongside Cam Thomas on the MIAA network. Grant Olson checks in for John Burton. Janelle Burton at the free throw line already knocked down his first shot to pull Lincoln back within 4. As Olson, Tez Ivory, Rig Maiden, Janelle Burton at the line, and Terrence Smith out on the floor now for the Blue Tigers. And he sinks the second one, so Lincoln pulls back within 3. 9:47 left until the halftime buzzer. Northeastern State in the roadblocks. White numbers, white lettering, and a green stripe down the shorts. As here's a shake and bake to the bank. D'Angelo Jackson for 2. And he extends the lead back up to 5 for Northeastern State. Jackson guarding Janelle Burton, top of the key with the pass off to Rig Maiden. Bounce pass down low, right block goes to Terrence Smith. Turns and fires, shot rejected, pulls it back down, but throws it away. Jackson has it, pass up top of the floor. It's Smith, and Smith takes it in for 2. A fast break option for Northeastern State, and 14 points for Smith. That is now his only field goal that's not a tray in this one. But how will Tez Ivory respond? 3, no go. And a foul on the floor. Jackson got a little physical down low with Terrence Smith, and they'll get him for his first foul.
Yeah, Lincoln is definitely letting Northeastern have their way right now, especially from beyond the arc. I mean, you're shooting it this well from distance. To shoot 50% and hit 5 out of 10 threes, I mean, you're going to make some trouble for a team in the first half.
Jackson left wing calls for Smith to come near side, and Smith has the basketball and weaves it back to Jackson left wing. Jackson dribbles around the world, 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's Jackson popping and stopping, but pass off to his right side. It's Smith from Steph Curry range. Too strong, couldn't hit that one from Madison Street. And down low, Smith from behind fouls Ihek on his way to the rim. Smith will already have his second foul just in the last 2 minutes. Ihek will be at the free throw line, a 60% foul shooter on the season. 26-19, 8:26 left in the first half, and Northeastern State sitting comfortably by 7. Already in the bonus, or I should say 5 fouls, so Lincoln already in the bonus. As the first free throw can't get the second hop off the back of the iron. LaKeelan Taylor checks in, so LaKeelan Taylor, Ivory, Rig Maiden, Janelle Burton, and Grant Olson on the floor for the Blue Tigers. Here's the second free throw. It's good as it hits off the front, back off the glass and in. 27-19, Riverhawks on top. Janelle Burton crosses the timeline near side, goes coast to coast in the jam. You ever seen anything like that, Cam? My goodness. The air absolutely exploded inside Jason Gymnasium with that dunk. That'll be the second foul on Josh Ihek. Clash of the Titans, 6'9" Ihek versus Terrence Smith, or pardon me, Janelle Burton at 6'4".
But Janelle Burton looking like the bigger man there as he completes the old-fashioned three-point play and pulls Lincoln within 5, 8:17 left in the half.
That looked like Russell Westbrook's poster on that Portland Trailblazers center the other night. I mean, my goodness, he got up there big, didn't he?
And to get the foul, get the jam, and get the crowd into the game. 3 for 1 and a traveling call on the floor. Northeastern State will give it back to Lincoln with 8:17 to go. First half, leading 27 to 22. Rick Maiden across the timeline, pass up right side of the wing, Tez Ivory. Grant Olson hands off to Rick Maiden on the left wing. Bounce pass down low, what a find! And Taylor for 2. Lincoln chipping away at the lead, now only down by 3. First bucket of the night for Taylor, the junior from Westchester High School in Los Angeles, California. Left wing, it's George dribbling with the right hand, directing traffic with the left. Dribbles between the legs, pass up top right wing is Caleb Smith. Smith drives in low, creates space from the right elbow, pops, misses, and a rebound for Lincoln in front of their own bench. Janelle Burton had the board. Here he is dashing across the floor. He's going for the other jam, but he's fouled on his way. 7:17 to go in the half. Lincoln trailing 27-24.
It's kind of feed the hot hand for Lincoln right now. Grant Olson was the hot hand to start this game. Terrence Smith really hasn't gotten going to this one. Of course, he's on the bench now with 2 fouls. Tez Ivory, kind of the same way. It's been a slow start. Now Jonell Burton's having the opportunity to get to the lane, enforce his will. And when you send Lincoln to the free throw line, they hit their free throws, opposed to Northeastern, who only has one guy on this entire roster who shoots a clip over 70% at the charity stripe.
Lincoln as a team, second in the MIAA in free throw percentage, 35th in the country, 77%. That's a lot of time spent at practice and a lot of well-spent time. 27-26, 7:14 until halftime. Lincoln with the soft half-court press and a foul called on the play that'll not be on Jamel Broderick. He had the basketball, or Broderick, pardon me. That'll be the first foul, however, on Janelle Burton. Ball being done in front of the student section, far side, and now they want the referee to move the basketball up about 15 feet to his left. Ball's keyed in, brought up by Bradley George, right wing, guarded by Rick Maiden. Pass off top of the key to Cottrell, then down low goes the pass. This is to Broderick. Good ball movement here for Northeastern, and the tip-in brought down by Caleb Smith. Only 6'2", but with the elevation, at least reach nearly 7 feet, and brings them up 29-26, 6:44 to go in the half. Burton creating oohs and ahs, finds a wide open Tez Ivory, thought about the three, kicks back up top of the key. McMahon for 3. John Mosley pumped his fist, thought he had the bucket, and a big offensive rebound for the Blue Tigers. Pulled back in by Taylor. Now Rick Maiden from downtown. Rick Maiden can't buy another one. 0 for 2 on that possession for the Blue Tigers from Treyland, and it's back to Northeastern State basketball.
Those are 2 really good looks by the Blue Tigers. Just couldn't get him to fall. That's tough luck.
Bradley George hands off to Cantrell from downtown. Misses. Rebounded by Lincoln, but looks like Taylor stepped out on the baseline with the basketball, so the jerseys clad in white and black will retain possession. Fresh shot clock, 6:07 left in the half, 29-26. Northeastern State leading by 3. Spin around the left wing, pass down to the right corner. Cantrell back up top of the key, goes the pass to Bradley George. George spins, fires, connects. And Northeastern State leads by 5.
It's a good move inside the lane, especially over the taller Taylor. Knew exactly when he needed to pull up and float it.
Rick Maiden down to the right corner, pass off to Grant Olson. He'll try a tray, airballs it, but pulled back in by Janelle Burton. And the insurance policy cashes it in for 2. Lincoln back within 3. 5:32 left until halftime, 31-28 Northeastern. Olson, part of the trap, and he calls for the travel. And that'll be a travel on Bradley George. Can't tell if Grant Olson was looking at the scorer's table in approval or His girlfriend Marley in the stands. Regardless, he's loving it. Lincoln has the basketball back. Olsen shakes and bakes. Throws off the right block. He's fouled on his way to the rim. And that'll be another foul called on Aaron Givens, his second. Olsen on the season, a 67% foul shooter. This is just his 16th attempt. Comes into this one 10 of 15. Lincoln now in the bonus. That's 10 fouls on Northeastern State. And Olsen has 8 points behind the team leading Janelle Burton with 9. Caleb Smith will check in alongside Tanner Mouse. And out will come Aaron Givens. I guess that Mouse was already into the set. Olsen at the line. Here's the second free throw. Can't make it. Lincoln down by 2. 5:13 left in the first half. Northeastern State looking to pat on his lead. George driving to the right wing and kicks it back out top in the front court for Northeastern. And good ball movement on the perimeter right now. George down low, bounce pass out to the left wing. Mouse thought about a three, drives inside, in between the circles, kicked out for Caleb Smith, and Smith rattles one in.
This shot is so pretty. So pretty. It looks even prettier from the left side, but if he has an open look, he doesn't care if you're in front of him, doesn't care if there's a hand in his face. He's going to hit it.
Smith for 19 points, and Northeastern State back by 5. Fed down low, skip pass out to Rig Maiden. Janelle Burton is left. Here's a three, you can count it. Lincoln back within 2, and still staying in this one with 4:19 to go in the first half. Caleb Smith passes back up top of the key to Bradley George, and down low it's Mouse. Mouse drives, shot no good, rejected by the rim, rebounded by Rig Maiden. Rig Maiden coast to coast, tried to find it down low. Janelle Burton in the backcourt keeps the ball in play for Lincoln. Here's a three. Oh, can't out, no good. Rig Maiden's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc tonight.
He's had open looks, he just can't put him down. I mean, he's been the only one that really hasn't had any type of luck go their way right now.
Backdoor look. And first shot blocked by Burton. Second shot is good, and that is 21 points for Caleb Smith
in the first half.
3:30 left in the half. Janelle Burton pops and stops and makes a two-pointer, and back and forth we go. Back from a 4-point deficit down to 2.
Donald's got 14. I mean, he's carrying the Blue Tigers right now, especially in the last few minutes.
One-on-one, Janelle Burton and Caleb Smith. Everyone else just in for the ride. And shot says no good. Rebounded by Rig Maiden, and the Blue Tigers can flip the court. Long three. Pull up, missed. And Grant Olsen has the rebound. Tez Ivory fired from downtown. Missed his shot. His team has the insurance. Ivory from the corner. Bang! There's the lead. There's the lead. Lincoln leads by 1 with 2:44 to go in the half, 37-36.
Lincoln beating NSU at their own game right now. They played the inside-out game first. They were able to hit the threes. Now Lincoln playing their own game, hitting their own trays.
Charged by George, and by George, it's Lincoln basketball. There'll be a timeout on the floor. 2:29 left in the half. Lincoln leading 37. D'Angelo Jackson is ineligible. Lincoln gets the key in, working left to right. 2:25 until halftime. Rig Maiden out top of the key and pass off to Taylor down low. Burton, meanwhile, sinks the 2. Lincoln extends the lead by 3. It's 39-36 with 2:10 left in the half. Stop and go. Here's a 2. Missed, and 3 gray jerseys converge for it. But pull back in, and a Michael Jackson spin for Janelle Burton. That gives the ball back to Lincoln with 1:55 to play.
39-36, Blue Tigers. Skip pass, right corner. Ivory for three. Ivory rims in, rims out. Lincoln has missed so many shots like that today. And Northeastern State just trying to capitalize as they give the ball back to Caleb Smith. He dribbles right side of the wing, then back at the top of the key. Between the legs. Gets a pick shedded. Tries a three. Misses off to the left of the iron. Rebounded by the Blue Tigers, and Lincoln could retake. Not retake, but tack on the lead. Ivory pass off to the far right side, and Janelle Burton makes a move to the rim. Meanwhile, Grant Olson from downtown. Olson can't buy it. Another three-pointer missed, and Northeastern State calls a timeout. We'll keep it here during the break and catch you up with some of these stats.
Fourth, well, what would be the end of this game, the end of the second half? Free throws.
So far, Lincoln winning the free throw game, 9 of 11 from the stripe, and Northeastern State just 2 of 4. A step back three. Good response for Tanner Mouse. And Lincoln clock is winding down. Mouse has 8 points, 40 seconds left in the half, about 10 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Blue Tigers probably not able to hold for this final shot. But as Rick Maiden in the front court gets a pick set by Taylor. Now pass off to the right wing. It's Ivory. Ivory back to Taylor, top of the key. Shuffles his feet down low. Finds an open look at the baseline. Bounce pass is good for McKeelan Taylor. Takes in the layup, and Lincoln leads back by 2, 41-39. 12 seconds to go in the half. Good space created. Broken press. Tanner Mouse from downtown misses. And a foul on the floor. They might tag Grant Olson for this one. That'll be Olson's 7th. Looked like originally they might call Taylor for that foul. The officials held up 2 different numbers. Eventually they give it to Grant Olson. And now John Mosley wants the timeout to talk things over with his team. 5 7/10 of a second on the clock. And we'll keep it here during the break.
I think originally they thought second half.
Janelle Burton averaging 13 points per game. He's sitting with 16 currently, but at the foul line is D'Angelo Jackson from Racine, Wisconsin. That's the home of S.C. Johnson, if you didn't know. First free throw is made. Are you a Frank Lloyd Wright fan, Cam? The architect. He designed the Guggenheim in New York City.
Not familiar.
He designed S.C. Johnson's headquarters in Racine. Pretty cool engineering feat. Here's a feat missed by Janelle Burton on the three-point.
You have some length, and Lincoln thought probably coming into this game that was going to be an issue. But Lincoln is able to get a couple of their bigs going, able to stretch the floor a little bit. They beat them at their own game. We'll see how the second half goes.
5 seconds into the second half, Northeastern State will start us out left to right in the road blacks. White numbers, white letters, and a green stripe down the side of the shorts. Mouse down to the left corner. Caleb Smith from downtown playing with 21 points. Can't hit the three. Rebounded by Rick Maiden. He'll bring it up the floor.
That's the first open look that I've seen Caleb Smith completely miss.
Rick Maiden right wing, dribbles right hand, picks up the ball with his left hand, now has to pass it off, has 5 seconds to get rid of it. Finally up top of the key to Smith, back to Rick Maiden on the far side. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Tez Ivory up top, pass down low to Smith. What a move through the trees in the forest, but can't finish. Rebounded by Aaron Givens, the Okie from Muskogee, picks up another rebound. Talk about calls that we had early in the game. Palming, that's a double dribble. So another turnover for Northeastern State, and Lincoln will take back over.
Well, we haven't had too many troubles with that in this game.
Pretty so clean referring game. To in the women's game.
Absolutely. But my point being, this has been virtually a clean game, so to speak, between both teams.
No look pass from Terrence Smith. Janelle Burton catches in the check, and it's 43-40 Lincoln. 18:49 to play. How will Northeastern State respond? Top of the key, drive down low, Given a dunk. Givens the pass from George, and Givens slams it in for 2.
You would think Gibbons would have been a little bit more involved in the first half. That's his first points of the game, but at 6'10", he towers over any Lincoln player.
Janelle Burton shakes and bakes, hits off the right block, but misses, rebounded by Caleb Smith, and here come the Riverhawks, left to right. Pass up to the left wing, Cantrell misses, and Rick Maiden tried to get the rebound. He may have touched it last, and John Mosley's not happy about that call.
You know, this might be a little bit of a premature comparison to make, but Caleb Smith reminds me a little bit of a Goran Dragic, just the way that he moves, the way that he shoots. He can just pull up from almost any point and make a shot.
Pass off to Mouse, right wing, can't hit the three, rebounded by the Blue Tigers. Here comes Janelle Burton. Burton pulls up and brings to the near left wing. And Janelle Burton cutting toward the basket with Rick Mate on the left wing. Pass up top of the left wing. It's Olsen down low. Olsen hits the bucket. Counted and one. He'll go to the foul line with his 10th point and a chance to make it 11.
It's probably one of the softer and ones that you'll see, but Grant Olsen created the contact. He made sure he was able to get the bucket to go, and not necessarily creating the contact with his body, but seeing that contact was coming and being able to adjust mid-air, complete the shot, and get the two to roll.
Two-time team MVP and two-time NJCAA Academic All-Region recognition for Olsen. And he puts Lincoln up by 4 after hitting the free throw. 46-42, 7:40 left in the game. Weave for Northeastern State down in the right corner. Back up top, left wing pass to Mouse. Mouse hands off Cantrell. Cantrell drives to the right wing. Another weave, 7 seconds on the shot clock. It's George. George throws it up, and George is fouled by John Burton. I believe that'll be 2 shots, and also the second foul on John Burton of the night. First foul of the half for Lincoln. At the line, it's George, a 71% foul shooter, and hits the first free throw. Just the 3rd point tonight for George, a player that averaged 7 points per game. Does lead the team in assists, however, 3 per game, and 3-point percentage at 55%. So he's not been involved quite yet from beyond 3, and Lincoln's kept him at bay. Back to basketball, Lincoln working right to left in the home grays. Navy blue lettering across the chest and white numbers. Olsen on the left wing, but the pass off to the right wing. Tez Ivory down to the right corner. Rick Maiden. Pass inside to Terrence Smith. He's fouled. That'll be a foul picked up by Tanner Mouse. That'll be that'll be Aaron Gibbons' 3rd foul.
Yeah, both of these teams don't really play best when you get into stagnation. And a lot of teams don't play well with stagnation, but some teams do, because sometimes offensive sets can be called a little bit easier. Both these teams play easier when it's in transition or when they get open looks.
Pass down low, blocked by Ihek. He checked in for Aaron Gibbons, and Ihek has the block off Terrence Smith. What a move. George, he's fouled hard. Like Terrence Smith maybe had nothing but ball, and a little entanglement down low in between Ihek and Smith. There's some jarring going on.
Well, back to that point, James, you know, one thing that we've seen here, especially in the last couple of minutes, is foul here, foul there, foul here, foul there. But one thing I want to give George credit for is attacking the lane. When you don't have a lot of offense, when you're not getting much going offensively, attack the lane, get to the charity strike. Back-to-back possessions, he's done that, and that can slow your team down a little bit. That can let you get the breather and then try to get back into your offensive groove.
George with his free throw could tie the game at 46, and that's exactly what he does with 16:49 to go in the game. Rick Maiden brings the ball, walks across the timeline, far side, pass up top at the key. It's Olsen. Olsen left wing to Ivory, then back up top to John Burton. Burton back to Olsen, right wing. Kind of stutters with the ball, and Olsen gets it back. Calls for a reverse, and back to Rick Maiden, right wing. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Rick Maiden drives, creates some space, and hands off to Taylor, and Taylor lays it in from the left block. Lincoln back on top by 2, 48-46, 16-18 to go.
Taylor's played some really good minutes tonight for Lincoln. Just powering his way on the interior, doing a good job defensively, especially with the length of Northeastern, which has been an issue.
Mouse thought about the three, steps back and pulls up. Instead gives to Cantrell, who drives. Cantrell, right block. Olsen had the guard, missed his shot, rebounded by the Blue Tigers. They'll work in transition right to left. But Rick Maiden in the front court, he's fouled. And Mark Downey's very unhappy about that one. Downey slams his foot on the floor. And I think it had not been the sound that Rick Maiden's body made when it hit the hardwood. They may have let that one go, but that was an awful thud.
Travel.
A travel right here in front of the bench. Cammy in the front row seat.
Yeah, you could see it as soon. I mean, it was the inbound went straight to Taylor, and Taylor walked into the pass. I mean, just took one step, another two-step, and then one more, and the official saw it right here. I mean, that's clear as day.
.43 left in this one. A lot of basketball to be played. Mouse drives inside, back out to George, and now Jackson from downtown. Jackson hit off the front of the rim, rebounded by Tez Ivory off the right block. Here come the Blue Tigers. Down low, Rig Maiden, or I should say top of the key, Rig Maiden's fouled. And that'll be the fourth foul already on NSU. Not even 5 minutes into this half, the third foul already called on Bradley George.
D'Angelo Jackson on that last shot took that shot and took a dribble right before, but got the basketball offhand where he could have shot. I never understand why that helps guys to take a dribble and then shoot, because 9 times out of 10 those guys miss those shots.
There's a three, missed. Tez Ivory says, my bad, rebounded by Ihek, and here comes Northeastern State.
Well, exact same play right there. Tez Ivory did the exact same thing. Got the basketball, one dribble, pull up, shoot. Go into it with some rhythm.
Hill weaves it to Mouse, left wing. Drives inside, and Blue Tigers meet him with his man-to-man. Wow, what a move inside for Jackson. Jackson drives baseline and ties us up at 48 once again. 14:50 to go in the game. Rick Maiden weaves the ball to Janelle Burton and back onto John Burton right wing. Top pass up top of the key. Chest pass to Rick Maiden. He goes above the treetops and cannot lay it in, but the ball stolen away by Janelle Burton. Here he goes. Reverse layup for two.
Oh my pretty. To get the steal, then spin off the steal, and then go up and under for two. I mean, great body control, Burton. He's got a hot hand today.
And reverse layup on top of that. Crowd getting into the game a little bit now. Lincoln by 2, 14-14 to go in the game. Jackson, what a spin off the top of the key, and Tez Ivory will be called for the foul. A new cheer I've heard from the student section before, not trying to figure out what they say. Jackson at the line for Northeastern State. Was fouled by Tez Ivory before the timeout. Jackson with 5 points, playing with 2 fouls. And makes the first free throw. About to call the one a miss, but it hit hard off the right side of the rim and eventually bounced back through. So 50-49. There's the second one. It's missed and rebounded by Taylor. The Blue Tigers take back over. Rick Maiden to walk it up the floor. Rick Maiden drives to the left side of the wing. Dribbles with the left hand, guarded by Mouse. Man-to-man showing for Northeastern State out of the break as well. Ivory, left corner, pass up top, left wing. Down to the far side of the floor. Janelle Burton, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles between his legs, now passes off on a bounce pass to Rick Maiden. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Rick Maiden, long three. Rick Maiden, too short. Rimmed off high and rebounded by Smith. Here comes Northeastern State. Smith to Hill, down to the right corner goes the pass to Mouse. Mouse drives left side of the rim, into the lane. Has his shot blocked by Rick Maiden, and he has his hands on his head. Thought I got all ball, but he got a little bit of the wrist of the driving Mouse, and Mouse will go to the free throw line.
Terrence Smith looks to check in. Smith will enter the game for Rigmaiden. No, for Taylor.
It's the right move. I mean, Taylor has really done a good job of guarding the bigs tonight of Northeastern. And Smith just hasn't gotten a groove. And I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen him so much. Of course, had a little bit of foul trouble, but Smith's got to do a better job of trying to get involved in this offense because he is needed for this Lincoln Blue Tiger team to kind of cut the difference.
After the free throw, Northeastern State retakes the lead. The pass nearly thrown into the student section. Fans ducking to the left and right away from that one, but Janelle Burton saves the ball in bounds and maybe saves somebody's nose from being broken. But he drives inside, he's fouled. That'll be the 5th foul on Northeastern State in the half, and the 3rd one on Jackson. Jackson 3 fouls, 6 points. 13-11 left in the game. Lincoln trailing by 1, 51-50. Right wing Rigmaiden passes down to Tez Ivory, then inside to Grant Olson, working in the trenches. Clash of the Titans, pass to Smith. Terrence Smith with the nice finger roll, gets 2 points in, and Lincoln retakes the lead on the 5th point of the night by Terrence Smith. Press is broken. Here's Mouse. Left wing dribbles inside and knocks down a 2 to give the lead back to Northeastern State.
That's actually really good defense by Lincoln. They did a good job of getting back over after they switched off the screen to go inside. That's just a good job by Mouse to just make an open shot over Tez Ivory.
Rigmaiden passes to Terrence Smith as he shuffles down low, and he draws the foul. Smith really physical on that drive. That'll be the 6th one on Northeastern State, and free throws from here on out for the Blue Tigers with 12:26 to play.
Well, here's the reason why Caleb Smith got called for a foul on that one. Feet were outside the restricted circle, but his body, top of the body, spent out as soon as the shoulder of Smith went into him. You're not establishing your position if the top of your body's moving. It's exactly what the officials saw right there. So hopefully Smith can knock down these free throws for Lincoln and they can extend or get back to having a lead.
9 collective lead changes between Lincoln and Rigmaiden. Pardon me, Lincoln and Northeastern State. Sounds like a cool school name, Rigmaiden College. Maybe Sunday for Nishan.
Some small D3 in the middle of nowhere somewhere.
Tied at 53, 12:15 to play. Smith, alley-oop down low. Completing the play, it's Josh Ihek slamming it home, and Northeastern State has their largest lead in a long time. They lead it by 2, 55-53, but a foul on the other end of the floor. Tez Ivory was whacked. That'll be 17 fouls now on Northeastern State, and we should have free throws here, 1-1.
Well, Lincoln continues to get bailed out by this Northeastern defense. I mean, it's been pretty horrid here in the second half, the way that Northeastern has tried to play defense against Lincoln.
Can't hit the front end as Ivory misses, so Lincoln will have to work on defense down by 2. Caleb Smith passes off the left wing. It's Mouse. Mouse drives baseline. Mouse reverse layup and counts the bucket. Northeastern State leads by 4. Rigmaiden right wing after he brought the ball across the timeline. Now feeds it down low. Pass up to Terrence Smith against Ihek. Smith tries to dribble through. He's double teamed and Ihek swipes the ball away. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Ihek gets the pass back on the left wing. Momentum in the favor of Northeastern State. They have a 4-0 run. Here's a pass or a shot that's missed off the right side. Hiram's high off the glass. He'll miss that one. Rigmaiden, meanwhile, takes this one for himself. He's fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. That'll be the 3rd foul against Gordon Hill, the junior from Denton, Texas. Rigmaiden at the line so far with 2 points. 74% foul shooter on the season. Can't hit the first one. John Burton looks to check back in. for Lincoln. He'll come in for Tez Ivory. Second free throw is good, and Lincoln pulls back within 3. 11-10 remaining in this one. Cantrell back into the set after taking a spill with a few fouls. Ihek down low against Terrence Smith, and Smith will be called for the foul. That'll be his 4th. And quickly, Taylor will come back in for Terrence Smith.
I mean, that one was all on him. He put his hands inside, tried to go to the body of the Northeastern player right there, and he's just not happy. Terrence Smith is just not happy with his performance so far tonight.
He's played 16 minutes so far, has 4 fouls, and seems to be wearing his heart on his sleeve the last couple of games. A lot of emotions for him. He realizes how big that foul was. He'll have to sit out for a few more minutes with 10:55 to go. Meanwhile, at the line is Josh Ihek. Here's the second free throw. He makes it, so 59-54. NSU back by 3. Rick Maiden crosses the timeline just across the Blue Tiger logo, and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor pass off to Rick Maiden just outside the right wing. Back to John Burton. Catch and shoot 3. Hits off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Caleb Smith. And here comes Northeastern State. And we have a gimpy player in Gordon Hill. He's holding his right shoulder. He might have had it knocked out of socket. He's all not what happens around the ball necessarily. But back to basketball. 27 seconds on the shot clock and 10:35 to go in the game. Northeastern State by 5, 59-54. George with a pass off to the right wing. He gives it to Smith, and Smith down low to Ihek. He's fouled. Taylor might be charged for that one. That'll be Taylor's second. He has 6 points and 6 fouls on Lincoln. First free throw missed by Ihek. Ihek, one of the poor foul shooters on the team at 60%. Still not a bad clip for a big guy. 6'9" junior listed as a center. One of a number of transfers on this team from Weatherford College. But he makes the back end, and NSU extends the lead by 6. Lincoln sure could use a three-pointer now to cut the lead in half. As Janelle Burton has the ball on the left wing, pass up top to John Burton. And Burton to his right, back to Rick Maiden. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Janelle fires a 3, just what the doctor ordered. And Lincoln has 23 points for Janelle Burton. They trail by 3, 60-57. Drive down low, a push. Mouse drew the foul from Grant Olson. It seemed to be before he got touched by Olson that he walked. And that was pretty apparent. Marley disagrees with the call, and in this one between Northeastern State and Lincoln, the Blue Tigers trail the Riverhawks 60-57. I'd like to welcome you back courtside with James Stanley and Cam Thomas on the MIAA network. One-on-one free throw missed. Lincoln has the rebound, but I believe they're going to call a lane violation before the shot went off. No, we're going to call a foul on the floor. So we'll have free throws on the other end for Lincoln. That's now 9 fouls on Northeastern State. The third foul, however, on Caleb Smith. This could be huge, taking them out of the game for the Riverhawks. Yeah, Caleb Smith has been the engine that has made it go for this Riverhawks team so far tonight. 21 points, and he's been deadly from beyond the arc, to say the least. First free throw missed. Cantrell has the rebound. He hands off to George to walk it across the timeline. George dribbles between the legs in the front court, now passes off to the right wing. It's to Tanner Mouse, and he flips the 4 back to George on the left wing. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Caleb Smith with the basketball. Passes right wing to Smith. To Mouse. And Mouse down low to Ihek. Ihek guarded by Taylor. Taylor rejects the shot. Pulled back down by John Burton. Here come the Lincoln Blue Tigers. Lincoln could tie it up on a tray.
or get within one on the two. Rick Maiden guarded by Mouse. Passes off, right wing. John Burton downtown, misses, and rebounded by NSU.
He didn't get his feet set. He was still moving as he was going up into the shot. It's tough sometimes to shoot off the curl, but Burton's usually pretty good from that range.
8:50 in, counting to go. A weave in the front court for Northeastern. Mouse, top of the key, passes down to the right wing. It's Ihek down low to Cantrell. His shot is blocked. Lincoln has the basketball. Here come the Blue Tigers, and a chance to tie once again. Rick Maiden into the trees, into the forest, misses his shot, and rebounded by Caleb Smith. He dashes across the floor very quickly. Hot pursuit given by Taylor, but Northeastern State now taking their time. As George passes to Cantrell, and a backdoor open look. What a find. Cantrell to Caleb Smith. He has his 23rd point, and the lead back up to 5 for NSU.
Yeah, Northeastern is unloading the floor in a sense to have 3-4 guys on one side of the floor, then find that open cutter backdoor. It's worked a couple of times for him here in the late going.
Rick Maiden floats it down low to Olsen. He kicks it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the right elbow. Puts it up. Olsen has another 2 points. Gives him 13 on the night. Marley improves this time, and NSU by 3. 62-59, 7:39 to go. Northeastern trying to keep Lincoln at arm's length. Weave on the left wing. It's George. George, alley-oop floater that goes out of bounds. A little too fancy on the footwork there in the passing. And that's going to result in a big turnover. The ball will go back to the living arms of the Blue Tigers.
You know, normally, James, that doesn't work twice in a row. When a team has kind of sniffed it out, has seen that backdoor cut, and see a guy like that, like Ihek, you're gonna guard him, you're gonna mark him, and that's what Taylor did right there. Good job.
Rick Maiden catch and shoot. 3 hits short off the front of the iron, rebounded by Ihek, and Northeastern will take back over with 7:09 to play.
And I'll tell you, Rick Maiden's shot is broke tonight. He's hit nothing from beyond the arc.
62-59, a lid on the rim for John Burton as well as Rick Maiden. Right wing pass up top of the key from George to Mouse, and back the weave goes to Cantrell. Cantrell drives around, trying to run time off the clock. 7 seconds on the shot clock. George dribbles the ball off his leg. It's a scrum on the floor. 3 seconds, and Mouse, Caleb Smith drains a 3. He has 26 points, folks, and NSU leads back by 6, 65-59. John Mosley wants a timeout. We'll step away for a short break here on the Northeastern State has to play on defense here as Lincoln will have the inbound. Janelle Burton to Rick Maiden. Dribbles with the right hand, guarded by Mouse. Up in the front court, then pass to Tez Ivory, left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Rick Maiden surveys his options, finds a wide open look to the lane. Can't hit the layup. Taylor gets the rebound, however, and he will go to the free throw line. And Lincoln now into the bonus. 10 fouls on NSU.
You wanted that one from Taylor, but you wanted the one before that from Rick Maiden. Not just because you wanted the shot to go down, but because you want his confidence level to go up. He hasn't seen anything go through the net all night long. Not on a consistent basis, that is. So I think if that shot goes in, it could be a little bit different of a game down the stretch. He's got to build some confidence. You got to get some other guys to contribute besides John L. and Grant because it's so heavy on them right now.
Rick Maiden, 1 of 11 from the floor and 0 for 7 from beyond 3. Not a great day at the office, and the second free throw made by Taylor to put the lead back to 5 for Northeastern. All the way from Okie State. Pass is tipped by Rick Maiden. He has the basketball, and he's making up for shots he doesn't make. 6:02 to play in the game. Lincoln trailing by 5. Tez Ivory, pass up to Rick Maiden around the world to Janelle Burton. Dribble behind the back. He goes down low, and a foul called. And that call could have gone one of 2 ways. Either Janelle Burton could have been called for a travel or a foul, and the referee that's on the other side of the defenders called that one for a foul before the near side referee called it for a travel.
Well, he was trying to 2-step inside the lane, then halfway through decided to jump stop, and it just all kind of fell apart, and then he got bailed out by a foul. So
All good for Janelle Burton. He knocks down the first free throw, pulls Lincoln back within 4. Anticipation from the lanes, and the second foul shot is good. So 65-62. Northeastern by 3 with 5:51 to go. George passes off to the right wing, and it's to Mouse. Mouse weaves the pass to Smith, and then back over to George. 3 of them just playing catch. And here comes Mouse driving right side baseline, guarded by Olsen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ehek has it, sizes up the rim against Taylor, and wins the battle that time. 2 points off the easy floater, and 67-62. The score sits back on the 10-point game for Ehek. Meanwhile, Olsen on the other end of the floor gets the basketball after Taylor lost his footing. Kept the play alive, and Olsen will go to the free throw line.
Bailed out again, John L. Burton. I mean, dribbling left side of the lane, falling to the ground, finds a way to put the pass behind his back to get it to Olsen, who's also double-teamed. Then Olsen gets fouled. Lincoln is pretty lucky to be in the position they are right now, just because they've given so much to NSU, and they haven't really gotten it back.
Olsen with 14 points. Here he sits at the free throw line. 67-63, Northeastern. Misses his shot, trying to get the rebound, but Northeastern State boxes out, and they flip the floor. 5:10 and counting to go. Northeastern by 4. Mouse at the free throw line, guarded heavily by Tez Ivory. He'll back it back out to the top of the key. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mouse weaves, pops a 2, hits off the side of the iron, rebounded by Rick Maiden. John Mosley wants his team to play with some conviction. Here comes Janelle Burton. Reverse layup, it's good. And Lincoln with trails by 2. Blue Tigers need a good defensive stop. They brought it down to a one-score game. 4:37 to go, 67-65. Northeastern leads. Dribble between the legs, it's Mouse. Guarded tough by Janelle Burton. Gets a pick set by Ehek. Now Mouse drives. Mouse has no option. Kicks it out to George. George left wing, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hand off to Mouse. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Mouse fires at the buzzer and sinks it. Takes the air out of Jason Gymnasium, and the lead back to 4 for Northeastern. Rick Maiden, meanwhile, finally gets a shot to go. 1 for 11 into that attempt. He'll lead for 2 for 12. Just under 4 minutes to play. Northeastern State by 2. Mouse, left wing. Ehek nearly strips him of a set and kicks it back out to Caleb Smith. And now Rick Maiden gives chase. Or rather, that's Janelle Burton. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mouse drives baseline. Down low, kicks it out to Smith. Smith creates space. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that buzzer is a shot clock violation. They might go to the scores table and look this one over.
It was a pass too many. Caleb Smith in the corner to another, back up top. It was just too many passes, and you can tell Mark Downey is very upset.
Ball, they did not count the bucket, so that's huge for Lincoln. But we'll get the ball back with 3:27 in play, down 69-67. Rick Maiden, the point guard, dribbles left hand, then passes up to the left wing. It's Taylor. Taylor and Ehek clash of the Titans. Pass off to the right wing. Janelle Burton drives down low and draws the foul. A little bit of awkward foot set for him, and they will get George with his 4th. So 3 fouls on Smith, 4 on George, 3 on Hill, and 2 on Jackson. If Janelle Burton hits both of these, we could tie the game up, and he makes the first one. 69-68, and Janelle Burton with 28 points. Second free throw is on its way. And we're tied. New ball game, 69-all. John Mosley, the athletic director and head coach of the Lincoln Blue Tiger basketball team, waving his arms, trying to get the whole crowd into this one. Jim is really rocking now, and Janelle Burton nearly stole the ball away. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Northeastern State, under 3 minutes to play. Tied at 69.
Cantrell down low, goes against Olsen and wins the battle. Sinks it for two, and Lincoln back down. Lincoln smelled the lead and only could go for the tie. 2:36 and counting. Time is running out for the Blue Tigers, down 71-69. Rick Maiden, top of the key, being nearly double-teamed, and palms the basketball. A rare call you don't see very often. We saw it twice in the women's game, and now we see it once here, so Northeastern will take back over left to right.
That's a little bit of a ridiculous call. At that time, at that juncture, it was not egregious at all.
Call it like you see it, and Northeastern State will take back over. Mouse pushes off of Olsen, then passes off to George on the left wing, and this weave continues. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mouse, top of the key. Drives down low, fires a long two, and swirls it. And now Mark Downey wants a timeout. Minute 56 to play. Northeastern State leading 73-69. Blue Tigers need a miracle here at the crowd of Jason Gymnasium. Here's a three missed by Tez Ivory and a rebound down low for Terrence Smith. That'll be his fifth foul in the second game in a row that he fouls out. He will be done for the night with 6 points.
That's a fight for the basketball right there. I don't like that call at all because in a way it's kind of targeting the player in a sense because you already know that he's had foul trouble tonight. In that play, there's two players fighting for a basketball that no one has possession of yet. You don't attack him there. And then you know you're going to send Northeastern to the line to shoot too. I mean,
the referees saw something we didn't, and the first shot of Josh Ihek's trip at the free throw line is good for one. Northeastern State now leads by 5. Second free throw. It makes almost a miss, and a 6-point deficit for Lincoln with 1:40 to play. Rick Maiden far side, passes to Janelle Burton downtown. Shot misses high off the left side of the rim, and out of bounds the last pass, or pardon me, the ball lost out of bounds by Janelle Burton.
Not a great shot selection right there by Janelle. I mean, he had an open look with a hand in his face, and just not able to elevate.
It was rushed.
Absolutely. Not able to elevate in time, and I think that was the issue there. Lincoln's got to come up with a stop here. A turnover would be nice.
Now timeout called on the floor. Don't think Mosley called. I think that's going to be awarded to Mark Downey. And we're going to step away for a short break here. 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining in this one. Northeastern State by 6, 75-69. Right back here on the MIAA Network. We're left here at Jason Gymnasium in regulation. Lincoln would love to tie this up. Only need a couple of trays, but here's the inbound, and Lincoln already going for the fouls. They foul Bradley George, a 71% free throw shooter. Will be 1-1 as that's the 9th foul on Lincoln. A chance for the Blue Tigers to get the ball back with 91 seconds to go.
Well, that's the only reason you take a foul right there is because you know that Northeastern's still in the 1-1. If not, you let it play out and try to get a shot afterwards.
Meanwhile, Hill will check in for Cantrell. And Jackson awaits at the scores table. We might see him come in for Bradley George. First free throw made, and talking about free throws winning games, well, that's all that Northeastern State needs to do now is just knock down their free throws, and they'll come away from the capital city of Missouri with a W. And it's back-to-back free throws made, so out comes George, and in comes Jackson.
You know, one player I'm surprised that we haven't seen tonight. Lincoln's only gone 7 deep. No Darius Spencer tonight. Haven't seen him once.
He's only played in 9 games this season. Has 11 points. Transfer from Memphis, Tennessee. Or pardon me, not transfer, but play from Memphis, Tennessee. True recruit, a senior. But a minute 25 on the game, left in the game, and 4 fouls now called on Gordon Hill. No points.
At the line, it's Janelle Burton, and he hits the first free throw. So Lincoln claws back within 7 after the 30th point of the night goes in for Janelle Burton. Burton had 15 points his last time out against Southwest Baptist and now doubles that total.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's a career high.
Second free throw, good for Burton. And 77-71 your score with 1:25 to play. Lincoln tries to trap on the far side, and the press broken by NSU. Now they come up to meet George. I think John Burton tried to foul George. 13 seconds on the shot clock. And Lincoln calls for the no foul, down by 6, 1:02 to play. Caleb Smith pops a 2, misses. Ihek almost got the rebound. It's a bit wrestled down low. Ihek and John Burton. And a foul called against the Blue Tigers.
If Lincoln drops this one, I think the story of this game, James, is 1, Rick Maiden, virtually uninvolved. 2, Terrence Smith, virtually uninvolved.
Well, Rick Maiden was involved in the game. It's just the fact that there was a lid on the rim for him tonight.
Absolutely. As far as the points production, you want to see more out of the two guys who have been your leading scorers all year. Sometimes you have a rough night if you're Rick Maiden, but one thing that we've heard John Mosley talk to Terrence Smith about throughout the night tonight was about the body language, about the attitude. You've got to make sure that that's all together so that you can be here 100% for your team.
By the way, this is a career-high night for Janelle Burton. Cam had it right on the nose. But an offensive rebound after the free throw was missed. And a fresh shot clock for the Riverhawks, and that might help seal the win. Lincoln had one job, just to get one player to get the rebound out of the lane. You got the numbers advantage down low, and the ball was plucked out of this thick air at Jason Gymnasium.
Well, give yourself a chance. You got 2 timeouts. If you grab the rebound, you get an opportunity.
Pass impounded to Jackson. Upon this is to Ihek, and Ihek drives but is fouled. This is the one player you do want to foul if you're the Blue Tigers. That or D'Angelo Jackson. He's only a 42% foul shooter on the season. But back to the night for Janelle Burton. His previous high for Lincoln was 20 points, so he is a transfer from San Jose City College. Unsure of his stats there, what his career high was in points. Averaged 17 points per game there for his sophomore season. But for Janelle Burton, this is a career high night. He has 31. Ihek at the line, hits the first free throw, and could start to put this game on ice. Ihek sizes up the rim, bounces the ball a couple of times, and lets it fly. He can't make, and a rebound for Taylor. Lincoln will need a 3, down by 7. Janelle Burton drives. Olsen almost got the rebound, but Northeastern State comes away with it. And Olsen fouls on the far side, but it may be a day late and $1 short. There are 30.3 seconds left, and 2 more free throws coming for Northeastern State. They lead it 78-71. It'll be Olsen's 4th foul. He has 14 points. Smith at the free throw line, and he'll hit his 27th. Caleb Smith, the junior from Bridgeport, Texas. He makes both, so Lincoln trails by 3 trays with 30 seconds to go. Rick Maiden far side. Tez Ivory pops a 3, misses. And Grant Olsen is able to draw the foul off of Hill. That'll be Hill's 5th, and he is out.
Which is interesting that he got up to 5 fouls being out with that injury, because he was the one that came off with the shoulder injury for a little bit, a couple of minutes. But nonetheless, I mean, too many chances given to Northeastern throughout this game. Lincoln just not able to keep it together down the stretch, and I think that's what's going to be the story of this one, just not enough collectively. I think in parts they did a good job. You talk about the night that John O'Burton had. You talk about what Grant Olson has done and the hot start that he had. But when the rest of it doesn't fall in line, we don't have other guys contributing the way that you're used to, things fall in other aspects of the game.
The officials, I think, are looking not to call that foul if this one appears to be in the books. That'll be the third foul, however, called against Taylor. A couple of tough officiating. A couple of tough games to officiate for these two crews. Men's game and women's game, but as always doing a fantastic job here. And not an easy one by any means. 15 seconds left. Shot is missed, and Tez Ivory will bring the ball up the floor. Bounce pass to Grant Olson. Might have the final say. Catch and shoot. Burton from downtown. Too strong. Lincoln continues the poor night from beyond three. And Northeastern State will come in for the sweep. They take the women's game and now the men's